So you're practicing semen retention, maybe you're counting your days, but I want to tell you that semen retention in itself is not the goal. You see, the goal is something beyond semen retention. Semen retention is a vehicle, just like your vehicle, your car, or money. You know, your car is a vehicle to getting to a destination. If the goal is just to get the car, then once you have the car, what's the use of the car? You're just gonna look at it, you're just gonna stare at it, you're gonna count the days you've had the car? No, you're supposed to jump into the car and go somewhere. That's the purpose of the vehicle. Just like money, the goal isn't to have money. People who just want money, they become greedy. They become selfish. Their goal is to accumulate as much money as they can. But what is the purpose of money? Money is a currency. It's an energy. It's meant to actually give life to things, to move it, to exchange it for value. So the goal of semen retention, similarly to the car or to money, is not the goal in itself. And this is where so many guys end up failing, relapsing, or giving the lifestyle up because they're making semen retention the goal. But the goal should be something higher, and semen retention is the vehicle to achieving that. Let me explain. Hi, my name is Nakula, and I help men master their S3X energy so you can become a powerhouse both in and outside the bedroom and ultimately unleash all the gifts that God has given you. Go to the link in the description below and take the free transmutation guide as a starting point to going deeper into the subject and learning a full alchemy practice which you can use to transmute that energy and start to direct it in a conscious way. As I started the video off, many guys are practicing semen retention. It's getting more and more popular, which is great. That's a good thing. And in that in itself is already a win, especially in a world that promotes adult content and hookup culture and basically wanking it 21 times a month or whatever these articles are saying. All of that is nonsense. All of that is directed to keep you depleted, to make you easy to control. Because a man who's practicing semen retention, it's hard to control him. He's going to be positive. He's going to have a ton of energy. He's going to have his own thoughts, and he's going to have the willpower to execute on it. So right now, the world is designed to keep you in the matrix, to keep you locked down, keep you weak, keep you low energy, because then you're easy to control. Then you'll just go to your job, you'll pay your taxes, you'll medicate yourself on pharmaceuticals, you'll drink, you'll do drugs, and you'll die. That's a sad life for the human life. That's an animal life, not the human life. And that's why we have to make higher goals than what this world is presenting, than what education, modern education has presented. Think about what your vision is. Who are you going to be in 10 years? Do you know the answer? You see, to actually be successful long-term in semen retention and nofap, you have to actually have higher goals beyond just what I call the white knuckle technique. I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. The reason you keep going, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, I'm gonna count my days, I'm gonna do all these things, and then you end up falling back into the old habits, is because you're not using that energy in the way it was designed. You see, S3X energy has three main outlets. One is the physical expression. And many guys in the no-fap movement have figured that out. Hey, if I hold this energy, I'm more driven to get women. I'm more driven to have S3X, and I'm more magnetic, I'm more attractive. And if that's your goal, I'm not here to judge your goal, but you see, even that goal is not semen retention itself. Your goal is to get laid, right? Your goal is to be attractive to women. Your goal is beyond the practice itself. Why does an athlete practice? To win the game. The goal isn't to practice, the practice is there to win the game. The second expression of S3X energy is tremendous amounts of vitality, energy, and health. Because semen stores all your best proteins, enzymes, and nutrients, because it's rich in so many building blocks of life, it allows us to have tremendous amounts of energy and vitality. It repairs us at a cellular level. Semen retention stimulates testosterone growth. After about 10 to 14 days of retaining your semen, men will experience high testosterone levels or spikes of testosterone, which help you with muscle repair, helps you with your workouts, with your athletic abilities. And the third expression, or the highest expression, is creative power and ability, which is at the subtle level or mind. You see, semen retention, once you're retaining for a certain amount of time, and you start to practice this lifestyle continuously, that energy is going to start to flow up the body. It's going to repair your spinal fluid. It's going to fill, because your semen, your spinal fluid, and brain tissue are all made of the same thing. Think about when you first started life as a little sperm cell, right? You're just swimming along. You were just one thing. Well, you're still just that one thing that has now grown, and you've grown some legs and some, and some arms, and you have a mind, and you've got dreams. You see, that is S3X energy expanding itself. Think about one sperm cell in the right environment multiplies itself, expands itself into trillions of cells, in which we call you. Now, that process doesn't just stop. That process continues to go on, but it becomes more and more subtle. It goes from the gross material energy, the physical, it then expands itself into the subtle body. And this is the real essence. This is what the yogis and the mystics and powerful people like Steve Jobs and, even Mike Tyson figured out, that if he would just sacrifice S3X, that he could become heavyweight champion of the world. This has been figured out by so many people. And you can see, again, with all of those people, semen retention was never the goal itself. They were after something bigger. Don't make semen retention your goal. If you make semen retention your goal, you will end up relapsing because you're not using that energy. You're actually oppressing it and suppressing it. And this energy is not meant to be suppressed. It cannot be suppressed. It will eventually find expression in one of those three forms: physical expression, and the lowest form of physical expression is by yourself in front of a screen. It'll find expression in your health and vitality and help you reverse any damage that might have been caused from overuse or misuse of your S3X energy. So erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, or being a quick shooter, you'll start to repair that. And the highest expression, it will come through subtle thoughts in your mind, creative power and ability. And this is where all the gifts that God has given you will be unleashed. You'll notice that your creative expressions start to explode. In my life, first of all, I start to put out more content because I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer. So my desire to teach and train goes up. And not only do I want to teach and train, but I want to do it at the highest levels possible. I want to expand my ability to serve more people. I want to lead because I'm naturally a leader. You might be an artist. We have many artists that come through our training. And what they notice is that their art starts to increase. They become more detailed. See, they're expanding their ability to create art. So their goal isn't just to retain their semen, it's to use that energy to expand their art. Businessmen notice that they can solve problems easier. They're sharp of mind, so they're better in sales conversations. Married men recognize that because they're not misusing their energy, they find more attraction to their wife. They're better fathers because they want to expand their ability as a husband and as a father and as a family man. Whatever it is that you're about will be expanded. And that is the real essence of this practice. It's to expand yourself. It's to advance yourself. So what are your goals? Is it financial goals? Is it health goals? Is it spiritual goals? I'm not here to tell you what your goals are. You probably already know your goals. Now, if you don't know your goals, if you're not sure what you want to create, we have a whole process in our training to help you figure that out. Because what we figured out and what I figured out after training literally close to 3,000 guys over the last 3.5 years of teaching men the practices of alchemy and retention is that the guys who are successful are the men who are actually working to higher things, and they're using semen retention as the vehicle to develop the energy, the discipline, the focus, the magnetism, and the creative power to actually create those goals. If you want to get rich, if you want to get wealthy, if you want to have an amazing life, then you need amazing energy. So figure out what your goals are and then learn the practice of semen retention to develop yourself into such a man, into such an energy that you naturally attract it into your world.